Good morning, all students. We are now starting the next topic, communication protocols. So, by following the rules of serial communication and parallel communication, some protocols have been designed. What is one the protocol? Actually, whenever two devices communicate with each other, there should be the standard protocol that both the devices should follow. Means, first of all, which device will start communication, which signal will be sent first, how to give the address to the device. So likewise, some standard is set, and that standard of communication is nothing but the protocol. So depending upon the type of communication, there are two types of protocols. One is called as the serial communication protocol. Second is parallel communication protocol. Obviously, serial communication protocol follows the serial type of communication. It can be the synchronous serial communication or asynchronous communication. Again, the parallel communication protocol follows the parallel communication. So the most important thing that which type of communication you are using, depending upon that, the standard is set. Now, in serial communication protocol, there are major 4 to 5 types of protocols. Okay, the first one is I2C communication protocol, inter-integrated circuit protocol. Then second is CAN bus protocol, that is computer area network protocol. Third one is your USB protocol. Most of you know what is meant by USB. The same USB as well as your pen drive or your hard disk connection. So these are USB protocol. That are mostly used in laptops and computers. So these protocols are the PCI protocol. So PCI protocol and the PCI X protocol. So these two types of protocols are there, major protocols of parallel communication. So we'll see it one by one. Now, first of all, we'll see the I2C protocol. So I2C protocol is nothing but the inter-integrated circuit protocol. Okay, inter-integrated circuit protocol. So there are some major features are about I2C protocol. We'll see that again how the circuit connection is there, means how the master is communicating with the slave devices. We'll see that again the data format, the format of data bits, means first of all the start bit is there, then the address bit is sent, then the read write bit is sent, then acknowledgement bit is sent, and then your 8-bit actual data is sent, and then stop bit. So this is the data format is there. So it suggests that this is a asynchronous type of serial communication protocol. All bits are transmitted one by one in serial manner with the MSB first. That's why this is nothing but the asynchronous protocol. Start bit, stop bit is added, so it is a asynchronous type of protocol. So we'll see the diagram. So let me share the screen. Now, so as you can see here, this is the inter-integrated circuit protocol. Okay, so this protocol requires only 2 lines. Okay, one line is SCL and the second line is SDL. So I'll zoom it a little bit. So as you can see here, this microcontroller as shown over here, it is a master. Okay, so this configuration or this protocol is nothing but the master slave type of configuration. Okay, means master is sending command and slave are listening and responding to that command. Okay, again I2C bus protocol is a simple master slave protocol, and it is a multi-master protocol also, means more than one master can be there, means two microcontroller can be connected to the same bus. Okay, so both master will control the other slaves, and master will uh, wait for the other master to respond or not. Okay, so as you can see, two I2C bus contains 2 lines. One is the SCL line, means serial clock, and second is the SDL, serial data line. Okay, serial clock line and serial data line. So serial clock line, according to the clock, data is transmitted. Okay, there is no doubt about it. According to the clock, the data is transmitted. And second one is here the SDL, serial data line, means that data which is to be sent, that data is transmitted or sent over this line number 2, that is SDL. So this same clock and data, both lines are connected to each peripheral device. As you can see, each peripheral device has two lines, clock line and the data line. So clock is received by the device, and according to the clock, the data is transmitted, received. So as you can see, n number of peripherals can be connected. Okay. So these peripherals are nothing but the slave. As you can see, they have the given name as a slave, and microcontroller name is given as a master. So master will control the communication of all this. So master is nothing but the device which controls the bus. Okay. Means which data is to be sent over a bus, that data is controlled by the master. Okay. So master will give commands to all the slaves. Okay, and these slaves will respond to the command. So say suppose this first slave device is ADC, means analog to digital converter. So whatever number of total inputs will be there, that inputs will be converted to digital form, and this digital data will be given to master. Huh? But when ADC will give data to the master, it will give data to the master when microcontroller or the master will ask data to send. कधी पण डेटा पाठवेल का तो? नाही. अरे स्लेव्ह हा मास्टरच्या कमांडला रिप्लाय दे. म्हणजे जर मास्टर स्लेव्ह डिव्हाइसला सिलेक्ट करेल की डिव्हाइस नंबर 1 सेंड मी द डेटा, दिस कमांड विल बी सेंड ओव्हर दिस डेटा लाइन, this command will be received by ADC, and this ADC will respond to that command, and data will be again sent back to the master over this data line, same data line. So both this SDL is a bidirectional bus. Bidirectional means the data can go from master to slave as well as slave to master. Again, RTC, real-time clock is there. So when microcontroller wants timer function, again some time, that time the RTC will respond to that time, that device. RTC will give data whenever it will be asked by or required by the microcontroller. Okay. Again, similar, all input output peripheral devices can be connected over here. So from 1 to total 128. So total 128 devices can be connected to this I2C bus protocol. Okay. So EPROM is there whenever you are writing. As you can see, this memory device will give data to the master, as well as it will take data from the master. So we'll see the features of I2C, that two bus lines are required, that is serial data line and serial clock line. It do not require strict baud rate, as the master generator bus clock will support the multiple data speed. Fixed data speed or data communication code, it depends upon the devices. It supports generally three types of data speed. One is called the standard data speed of 100 kbps. Second is the fast data speed of 400 kbps. Again, the high speed data of 3.4 mbps, means from few kbs to few mbps. This data is supported by the I2C bus. Then again, this is a simple master slave configuration. Each device is connected to the bus is software addressable with unique address. Means whatever peripheral devices are there, along with the master, every device has some unique address, and that unique address is accessed by the आवाज बारीक येतोय का?
हो सर, ब्रेक होतोय मध्ये आणि कमी होऊन जातो.
आता येतो का दुसरं?
थोडा कमी
I2C is multi-master bus providing abbreviation and collision detection. Now, what is the abbreviation and collision detection? See, suppose two master is there. One master is connected over here. Second master is connected over here. Suppose two masters are there. If master one sends command to say suppose ADC, okay, and another master at the same time is sending command to ADC. See, multi-master is more than one master. So both the microcontroller require the data of ADC. Then at that time, the two data collides with each other. This data of microcontroller 1, data of microcontroller 2, both are on the same data bus. Data bus is single. Okay? SDL line is only one. So both want access of your data line. So when this type of configuration is there, any one of the microcontroller will go back. He will step back and he will give opportunity to another microcontroller if its action or if the second master's action is very necessary than the first one's action. तर पहिल्या मायक्रोकंट्रोलरचा जो काही टास्क असेल तो लेस प्रायोरिटी असेल सेकंड टास्क पेक्षा, सेकंड मायक्रोकंट्रोलरच्या टास्क पेक्षा पहिला मायक्रोकंट्रोलर हा एक पाऊल मागे सरकेल आणि मग नंतर तो तुमचा सेकंड मास्टरला बसचा ऍक्सेस देईल. ज्यावेळेस त्याचा वर्क कम्प्लीट होईल त्यावेळेस फर्स्ट मास्टर पण तुमचा लाईनचा ऍक्सेस घेईल आणि त्यानंतर एडीसी वर डेटा डिमांड करेल. ओके, सो दिस इज द केस. Means this is a multi-master configuration with collision, arbitration and collision detection. Okay. Collision to detect करतो आणि थोडा वेळ वेट करून नंतर पुन्हा ट्राय. Okay. This is a 10 bit addressing. It has 10 bit addressing. जो काही ऍड्रेस तुमचा स्लेव्ह डिव्हाइसचा ऍड्रेस जो आहे तो बस लाईन करतो प्रत्येक याचा ऍड्रेस 10 बिटचा असतो. This supports multi-master and data broadcasting type of configuration. Likewise, suppose radio data broadcast करतो. जो receiver on असेल तर प्रत्येकाला रेडिओचा डेटा ऐकला मिळतो. पण तेच फोन कॉल आपण केला तर फोन कॉल सगळ्यांना लागत नाही. Phone call is a peer-to-peer type of connection. Peer-to-peer type of connection is not a problem. So similarly, whatever data is sent by master, the data is received by all peripheral devices. जेवढे डिव्हाइस कनेक्टेड असतात सगळ्यांना डेटा जातो. पण डेटा रिस्पॉन्ड कोण करेल? त्या डेटाला ज्याचा ऍड्रेस कनेक्टेड असेल, त्या डेटाला ज्याचा ऍड्रेस क्लिअर असेल. आता येतोय का आवाज मोठ्याने?
सर स्लो येतोय खूप आवाज.
So these are the features of I2C bus. Now this configuration, as you can see, total this number of devices, peripheral devices, which can be the slave connected to this master. Master communicate with all these slave devices by using two lines. Okay, so how this actually works, we'll see that. So I2C is a two-wire interface which is used to attach low-speed peripheral to the motherboard or the embedded system or the cell phone. So in I2C, the master sends data to slave or receives data from slave, but slaves do not transfer data in between them. Means suppose ADC wants to store the data into the EPRAM. ADC wants to store data into EPRAM. This data cannot be directly sent from ADC to EPROM. This data will be sent to master first, then master will store that data into the EPROM. Means slave to slave communication will not take place in this I2C bus. Master to slave communication always takes place. When two slaves want to communicate with each other, master will communicate with, slave will communicate with master, and then master will communicate with another slave. So this slave to slave indirect communication. So in I2C, only two bidirectional which carries the data between the slave. I2C device which initiates the communication is called the master, and which controls the clock signal. Its clock is generated by the master, and that same clock is given to the all other slave devices. So clock signal on I2C bus is always generated by the master device, and each master device generates the own clock signal when transferring the data. Means multi-master configuration is there. So if total here one more slave is there. Suppose if we attach one more slave here, okay, if we attach one more slave here, then what will happen? If this master want to communicate, then this master will generate its own clock, okay, and this master will give that clock to all devices, and according to that clock the communication will take place. If second master wants to communicate with other devices, then this master will generate its own clock, and then data will be given to the slave device. Okay, so each master communicates with its own clock signal. Okay, so if we see the data format, as you can see here, okay, so start and stop bits are there. So start condition, stop condition is there. Okay, so when the data communication starts, 7 to 10 bits address frame is there. Means here, as you can see, all these slave devices are there. These slave devices has 10 bit of address. Okay, so master want to communicate with whatever slave device, that address of that slave device will be written over here in this bit format. Okay, that slave address maybe 7 bit to 10 bits. Okay, then read write. If suppose the devices, peripheral devices are input device, then the read command will be given over here. If the data bit, if the peripheral device is a output device, then write bit will be written over here. Correct? Now, when this data bits are sent, the address bit as well as read or write bit, when these bits are received by the slave, that slave device will give acknowledgement or negative acknowledgement bit. Means if he is ready to receive the command, then he will give acknowledgement bit. If he is not ready to give the data, or not ready to receive the command, he will give the negative acknowledgement bit. Okay, if suppose the acknowledgement bit is received, okay, means suppose ADC is ready to send the data, then 8 bit of data will be sent by the ADC to the master. Okay, and onto that, this acknowledgement bit is generated by the slave, okay, which are followed by the 8 bits from the master to the slave depending upon the read write. Means if ADC is sending the data to the master, then master will generate this acknowledgement. If this message is related to the suppose memory, okay, then these 8 bits are given by the master to the slave, and slave will give the acknowledgement bit which says that I have received the data. म्हणजे पहिले ऍड्रेस जनरेट केला, रीड राईट आहे का ते इंडिकेट केलं. ज्यावेळेस स्लेव्ह मास्टरला अटेन्शन देतो, तो अटेन्शन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एक्नॉलेजमेंट बिटच्या फॉर्म मध्ये देतो. हा जो इथे एक्नॉलेजमेंट बिट दिसतोय तो एक्नॉलेजमेंट बिट. एक्नॉलेजमेंट बिट ज्यावेळेस तुमचा मास्टर रिसीव्ह करतो, त्यावेळेस जर त्याला 8 बिट डेटा राईट करायचा असेल तर तो स्वतः हे 8 बिट देईल, आणि जर त्याला ऍड्रेस रीड करायचा असेल तर स्लेव्ह डिव्हाइस त्याला ते 8 बिट देतील. ज्यावेळेस मास्टर हे 8 बिट्स रिसीव्ह करेल स्लेव्ह कडून, मास्टर इथे एक्नॉलेजमेंट बिट जनरेट करेल, तो स्लेव्हला जाईल. आणि जर डेटा हा मास्टर कडून स्लेव्हला जाणार असेल तर हा मास्टर जो आहे मास्टर कडून स्लेव्ह कडे जाईल, त्यावेळेस स्लेव्ह हा 1 बिट जनरेट करेल मास्टर साठी. जर कम्युनिकेशन हे सिंगल 8 बिटचं असेल तर ह्या एक्नॉलेज बिट नंतर कम्युनिकेशन स्टॉप होऊन जाईल. जर सपोज मल्टिपल ऑफ 8 बिट्स म्हणजे सपोज 64 बिट्स असतील तर 8 बिटचे असे 8 फ्रेम्स तयार होतील आणि ऍट द एंड स्टॉप कंडिशन ही दिली जाईल. कळतंय का तुम्हाला? सो जर सिंगल 8 बिट पाठवायचे असतील तर याच्यानंतर इथे येणार स्टॉप बिट, इथे येणार स्टॉप बिट. पण जर तुम्हाला जेवढे नंबर ऑफ 8 बिट्सचे ग्रुप पाठवायचे आहे, सगळे ग्रुप सेंड झाल्यानंतर तुम्ही मेसेजला स्टॉप करू शकता. ओके, सो इन दिस वे द डेटा फॉर्मॅट इज देयर. सो स्टॉप बिट इज ऍडेड बाय द मास्टर और स्लेव्ह डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द रीड और राईट. रीड असेल तर मास्टर इथे स्टॉप बिट स्लेव्ह इथे स्टॉप बिट देणार आणि जर राईट असेल म्हणजे डेटा राईट करायचा असेल मास्टर कडून तर इथे स्टॉप बिट हा मास्टर देणार. जो डेटा पाठवतो तो स्टॉप बिट इथे सेंड करतो. ओके, सो दिस इज द केस. So there are many advantages of this I2C bus. More than one master can be there. So it requires only 2 wires of communication. The distance of communication can be more, the cost of the system will be less. The addressing is very simple. तुमच्या प्रत्येक पेरिफेरल डिव्हाइसला एक ऍड्रेस असणार आहे. आपण पुन्हा जॉईन करतोय, 40 मिनिट्स टाइम आउट होतोय आपला, पुन्हा आपण जॉईन करणार आहे. ठीक आहे, तर इम्प्लिमेंटेशन कॉस्ट खूप लो आहे. इट